Okay, so here's something wild. The median down payment for first-time homebuyers last year was just 8%. Not 20%, not even close. And yet, so many people still think they need to save six figures before they can even think about buying a house.
That's such a huge misconception, isn't it? I mean, the idea of needing 20% down has probably kept so many people renting for years longer than they needed to. And the thing is, there are so many programs out there that make it easier to get started with way less.
Exactly. FHA loans, for example, only require 3.5% down, and some conventional loans go as low as 3%. And if you're a veteran or buying in a rural area, you might even qualify for zero down. It's like people are closer to home ownership than they realize, but they don't know it because of these outdated ideas.
And the longer you wait, the more you're potentially losing out on rising home values and building equity. It's like paying rent is just throwing money into someone else's pocket instead of your own.
Right. And that's why understanding the basics is so important. Like, let's talk about credit scores. People don't realize how much their credit score shapes their entire home buying experience. It's not just about getting approved, it's about what kind of deal you're going to get.
Oh, absolutely. Your credit score determines your interest rate, which then decides your monthly payment for the next 15 to 30 years. Even a small difference in your score can mean thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. It's a huge deal.
And lenders have pretty clear-cut tiers for this. If your score is 760 or higher, you're golden. You're getting the best rates. But if you're in the 620 to 699 range, you're still in the game, just at higher rates. Below 580, though, things get tricky.
That's why checking your credit report early is such a smart move. It gives you time to fix any errors or work on improving your score before you even start looking at houses. It's all about being strategic.
And speaking of strategy, let's clear up another big point of confusion. The difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval. This is where so many first-time buyers get tripped up.
Oh, for sure. Pre-qualification is like a rough estimate. It's based on what you tell the lender, but nothing's verified. Pre-approval, on the other hand, is when the lender actually checks your income, debt, and credit. It's the real deal.
And sellers take pre-approval so much more seriously. Walking into a competitive market with just a pre-qualification is like showing up to a job interview without a resume. You're just not going to stand out.
Exactly. And having that pre-approval in hand not only strengthens your offer, but also gives you a clearer picture of what you can actually afford. Speaking of affordability, let's talk about closing costs. These sneak up on so many people.
Oh, they really do. A lot of first-time buyers focus so much on saving for the down payment that they completely forget about closing costs. But those can add up to 2 to 5% of the home price. On a $300,000 home, that's anywhere from $6,000 to $15,000.
And those costs cover things like loan origination fees, home appraisals, title insurance, and even prepaid taxes and insurance. It's a lot to account for, but planning for it up front can save you from a last-minute scramble.
And for anyone feeling overwhelmed by all these costs, there's good news. Down payment assistance programs are more common than people think. Every state has some form of assistance, whether it's grants, forgivable loans, or reduced interest rates.
That's such an important point. A lot of people don't even realize these programs exist, let alone that they might qualify for them. It's definitely worth checking out your state's housing agency or HUD.gov to see what's available.
And while we're talking about things people don't realize, let's touch on mortgage rates. I think a lot of first-time buyers assume that everyone gets the same rate, but that's not how it works at all.
Not at all. Your rate depends on so many factors: your credit score, loan type, down payment size, even the lender you choose. That's why shopping around for rates is so important. And here's a pro tip. If you get quotes from multiple lenders within a short time frame, it only counts as one credit inquiry for your score.
That's such a good tip. And it ties into another big point. Not all loans are created equal. Choosing the right loan type is crucial. Whether it's a conventional loan, FHA loan, VA loan, or USDA loan, each has its own requirements and benefits.
Right? For example, VA loans are fantastic if you're a veteran or service member because they offer 0% down. USDA loans also allow 0% down, but are limited to rural and some suburban areas. And FHA loans are great for people with lower credit scores.
The key is to pick the loan that fits your situation, not just what someone else recommends or what you've heard about. And speaking of fitting your situation, let's talk about budgeting. A lot of first-time buyers forget that their monthly payment includes more than just the loan.
Oh, absolutely. There's principal and interest, of course, but you also have to account for property taxes and homeowners insurance. Sometimes there's even mortgage insurance if your down payment is less than 20%. Forgetting to include those can really throw off your budget.
And budgeting brings us to another crucial step, the home inspection. I know it's tempting to waive it in a hot market to make your offer more competitive, but skipping an inspection can lead to some serious regrets.
Totally. I read about a buyer who waived her inspection to win a bidding war only to discover a failing HVAC system 2 weeks after closing. That repair cost her nearly $7,000. An inspection might cost $300 to $500, but it's worth every penny to avoid surprises like that.
And even after you've done all your homework, gotten pre-approved, and found the perfect home, there's one more thing to keep in mind. Just because you're approved for a certain amount doesn't mean you should spend it all.
Exactly. Lenders calculate your approval based on debt-to-income ratios, not your actual lifestyle. You want to leave room in your budget for savings, travel, or unexpected expenses. Buying at the top of your range can leave you feeling house poor.
And that's why understanding the home buying process as a whole is so important. Once you see the sequence, from checking your credit score to closing on your home, it feels a lot less overwhelming.
Absolutely. And for anyone feeling emotionally overwhelmed, just know that it's completely normal. Buying a home is a huge decision, and it's okay to feel a little nervous. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means you understand the magnitude of what you're doing.
That's such a good point. And honestly, most of the common mistakes first-time buyers make, like applying for new credit before closing or forgetting to budget for maintenance, are avoidable if you take the time to educate yourself.
Exactly. Buying your first home isn't about knowing everything up front. It's about learning one step at a time and taking action. You're more ready than you think, and that feeling of unlocking your own front door for the first time? Totally worth it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.